Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, here we are back with the Harbor Freight bandsaw here inside the vise, and I am getting ready to cut something and realizing I really want some sort of table on there rather than using that. So I dug through my pile of scrap metal over here and found this right here. I don't know how thick that is, but it's what I got. Should be thick enough, just because I know people will wonder what it is. Let's say she's a tick under 1/4 inch. And first I'm going to take this and kind of see how square we are here. Which in theory should mean these are square. So that's square enough for me. So here's something about these that I see a lot of people go in and they put these in all the way, but quite honestly I want to have this come forward so I can get this on and off without having to take the table on and off. I also see a lot of people that use this to kind of hold stuff in, but that needs to be able to let air and stuff go through. Although there's other places on each side, so I may take and, like a lot of people do a little bit of a thing here, but I'm not going to put it all the way across here. I might just do a small chunk in there. We'll see. I know right here, when I push this all the way back, is going to hit right about there. I'm going to give it a little bit more room than that. And this is kind of coming off here at a 45. So that's about there. Alright, next I am going to go ahead and remove this all the way here. Again, I'm going to go through here. This all the way back. Alright, so this is actually closer here, so I didn't need to come out this far. But I do think I am going to take off some of this, leaving this, and pull off some of this here. This isn't anything I haven't already seen. There's so many things on these out there. I'm just kind of taking the best of what I've seen and doing my own thing with it. I don't know if that's gonna... I don't want that all the way in there. So I think I'm gonna keep it like right. In fact, it may hit on this right here a little bit and cause this to kind of pop up a little bit. We'll see. I may have to just get rid of this altogether, because I definitely don't want to cover this up all the way. So I'm going to want it like around in that area right there, which I need to have a little bit, but I really don't need more than about this. As far as this cut right here. Okay, I got one good imprint and another sort of good imprint, so we're going to take and punch these out. Alright, well, I didn't get that on film. But I took and actually looked for those and just kind of drilled the drill bit through there and clean them up a little bit. And we shall see if where I drilled will work. So obviously I was a little off on these, so I taped over them, and we're going to put it back on here and try it again. Put this back on here and you'll notice my tape has changed to packing tape, because packing tape is see-through. So I can poke the holes right where I need them. So now I got this kind of set where I want it, and I can eyeball things up here a little bit here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to add a bit on there. Also, alright, well, we're going to try and make some of our first cuts here. Quite honestly, I'm not a fan of wearing gloves. Definitely not gloves that aren't done up. But around things like this, because that gets caught in there, brings your finger in and you're in a mess of hurt. But because we're dealing with steel and it might be jagged and cut myself, I'm going to be real careful. I also have hearing protection, which quite honestly it wasn't as loud as I thought it was going to be, so I'm not too upset about that. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, I'm about, I don't know, ½ inch from being able to get all the way through this piece. And then I cut these and countersunk them. Now there's a little bit of wiggle room, but not a whole lot, and I don't feel I can drill this plate all the way far enough to completely countersink it. So I am going to be grinding the heads off of these as well. So first things first, I need to remove the blade here. And I'm going to put this thing on here. Alright, I'm seeing that this right here is going to hit on here. So I'm going to grind some more of this off right in this area at kind of a 45. Uh-oh, this one is a little bit cocked over that way. Let's not tighten that one all the way up and see if we can get this one to kind of make its way in there. There we go. Not perfect, but yet again, it'll hold it, and I think we're going to be darn good. Big thing is, am I going to be able to grind those off flush and still be able to get on here with this? Let's hope. The other thing is, am I going to be able to put my blade in here? Alright, I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully we don't mess anything up here. So I'm sure I've thoroughly bunged those up. Yep. So okay, there we go. Get that one out. So I noticed when I was showing you this, me grinding on these, I kind of just was messing with these things here, and what you'll notice, I have a smaller one here, which I was using in conjunction with my hammer, kind of chipping away, kind of getting this in first to widen it out, and chipping away the little pieces that were clogging it up. And then I went in with this one and actually got it in where it needed to be. So thought I would explain that. I don't know as I'd go about that way. I should probably go buy some screws that'll work a little better for this. Alright, now I'm going to take a little bit more off so that they're actually sunk down in there a little bit more. And this is really good and solid. Alright, so there is the hardest part right there, just doing that. It's not perfect, they're definitely going to get crud down in there, but I can get them in and out, and worst case I might change those down the road. But now it's time to see if we can get the blade back on here. Okay, it's definitely pushing that way somehow here. So I know you won't be able to really see this, but what I am doing, in fact I got to go from this side. I got my little square here, and I'm going to line it up with right where those the bearings, there's the bearings here. There's bearings right here and also below here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to put my square right in the middle of those, basically, so that so what I'm doing down here is lining up my square from the table to in between these bearings right here is kind of my plan. And I need my little chair. Or I can see the orange marker. I don't know if you can see that. It's just kissing that edge right there. So I don't know if I want to try and just bring that all the way down. I'm going to start with this and we'll go from there. So let's try this again. Alright, so right here, the back of the blade is just barely squeaking right on here. So I'm just going to take a little bit out of here, maybe even, I might take a little bit out of here just to make it look like I did it on purpose. Well, it quit filming, and I knew that thing was grabbing when I was going this direction, but it was the only way I could figure out how to do it. And you shouldn't grind with these kind of cutoff wheels, but yet again, doing what I needed to get the job done. And this is the first time, but I had one finally shatter on me. So there's a first since I've ever been using these things. But proof that it happens, and it went flying. But it shattered and pieces went everywhere. It kind of hit me right here in the belly and hit the ground. And I think it actually shattered maybe when it hit the ground. In fact, right there at the end of my toe is half of it right there. So the rest is in littler pieces. Well, as you can see, it definitely got me. A little bit of blood there. So this is where I say, yet again, you're responsible for your own safety. Because crap happens. I have noticed that when putting this on, if you leave it slightly tight, it makes it easier just to kind of put it on here and get it set into place, and then tighten her down. Alright, well that's a lot more room there this time, so setting in there, setting there, everything appears like it's gonna work, so let's try it again. Right, and the whole purpose behind this is so I can cut this. Wow, I just barely made it so I can set it on there fairly comfortably. So there you go. I do plan on building onto this whole creation. I'm probably not going to build onto the table, but I do want to make a wall mount for this, as well as something I can mount it in my vise a little more sturdy as well. So that'll be later on. Don't know exactly when I'll get to it right now. This is working fine the way it is. I went ahead and I built the spring compressor for my Jeep, so you can go watch that in my Jeep playlist, as well as my Harbor Freight playlist will have more on the saw as well. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.